We spent 48 hours in Krakow, a city steeped in history, bursting with charm and full of surprises. In this two-part adventure, we visit some incredible places, uncover hidden gems, taste amazing food, and walk the streets that have stood for centuries. Good morning, everybody. Day one in Krakow. It is 7:30 in the morning, and we are currently on our way across to the main station because this morning we are visiting the Wieliczka Salt Mine. I say day one, but it's technically day two. But what I mean by it, it's our first full day. The tickets have been purchased and we are on our way to platform 1, ready for the 808 down to the salt mine. So we're going the right way. We're just a little confused on what train we're looking for. We're on the right platform, but... Oh, here we go. Claire, we're sorted, it's come on now. It's okay, I know exactly what I'm doing now. Okay, we're relaxed now, we know where we're going, we know what we're doing. So the plan for today is, first stop this morning, we've got a 9:30 guided tour at the Wieliczka Salt Mine, which was a salt mine which was used from the 13th century all the way through till 1996. It's a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and they've made it essentially a big tourist attraction. So it looks really interesting, so I'm quite looking forward to that. When we finish at the salt mine, that's going to be about a 2-hour tour, and then when we come back from the salt mine, we're going to go into Kazimierz, which is the Jewish quarter, which apparently is very, very good for street food. So by the time we get back, it should be about lunchtime, so the timing should be about right. And after we've gone to Kazimierz, we're then probably going to go and have a look at Wawel Castle. Let's see how we get on. This is us.
Dzień dobry Państwu, proszę bilety.
I can tell you one thing for certain. If the trains were as cheap and efficient in the UK as they are in Europe, I'd use them a lot more often. Look at that. That's a really cool roof. I like that. Looks like we are heading in the right direction. One thing I did find out, and I guess it stands to reason, is if you come here early, you do miss all the crowd. So we've got a 9:30 tour. At the moment, it is very quiet, so that'll do for me. Some of the things to do in Wieliczka while you're here. That 3D art thing looks pretty cool, to be fair. Got about 20 minutes before we need to be where we need to be. There's a park very close by, just next to the museum. So we're just taking a quick walk round. And the sun is shining, the birds are singing. I feel like I'm channeling my inner Zen at this moment in time. It's very peaceful. How are we doing, chaps? Lovely day for it. One thing I have forgotten is my sunglasses, which is slightly annoying. Not that I'll need them down a salt mine though, eh? I do believe this is us.
Gentlemen, please go as far as you can. Everybody from the group must be inside to close the door.
Have a seat and prepare for a wine. Are you last one?
Yes.
Barrel full of salt were transported up to the surface. And today we use the speed hole as a part of ventilation system.
Thank God we're only going a third of the way down. We're going to 100 metres. The maximum depth is 327.
The salt mine is very old. First time the salt rock, I mean the salt deposit, was discovered here, exactly in the kind of ore miners marked by crosses, numbers of barrels. One cross, one barrel. And thanks to them, in fact, I don't know. You can leak as much as you can. There is enough. Owned by the miners, and the first horse began work underground in 16th century, and then horses started helping miners transport salt from the working place, from the face to the bottom of vertical shaft.
What a place for a wedding, eh?
Okay, the exploitation of the salt rock here lasted a long time.
These wooden structures are seriously impressive, aren't they? Well, after about 2 hours, that was a fantastic tour. One thing I would say is if you're not completely mobile or do have mobility issues, it's probably not ideal. I'm not sure if there is an alternative version of the tour for that, with that in mind. But for the money that we paid, which I think was 268 zloty, I thought that was great value for money. So we are now going to go and get a coffee before we head back up to the surface. Luckily, we've come 130 metres down, but we don't have to walk 130 metres back up. There is a lift. So we're going to go and fuel up with a bit of caffeine and get back into Krakow. It's quite an adventure getting out of that place. I just thought we were going to walk through a door, would be in a lift and would be up at the surface again, but it was about another 10 to 15 minutes of going through tunnels and all different kinds of little nooks and crannies. And it's not a normal lift either, it is a miner's lift, so you're crammed in there with about 5 or 6 other people, which was nice, sort of. We are now heading back to the train station to catch the train, which is only across the way from the museum, and we are going back into Krakow, into Kazimierz for lunch. Apparently it's got a very, very vibrant street food scene, so I want to get what they call a machanka, which is basically a huge pulled pork roll. Looks like a burger, but I think it predates the burger. but I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube and they look absolutely amazing. We'll catch her in a short while. Here we are in Kazimierz. We are walking to a place called Plac Nowy, which is essentially a rotunda of street food vendors. That's what I've seen on YouTube. That's what I'm expecting. If it isn't that when I get there, I'm going to be very disappointed because I really want to try a machanka. Absinthe brings back very bad memories for me. I don't know what that is. The ritual of fire, ritual of water. 3 steps: drink, inhale, sniff. That sounds absolutely horrendous. Claire's up for it though. This looks promising. This is what I'm after. I got that slightly wrong. They were all selling zapiekanka, which are baguettes fashioned as a pizza. So sliced baguette in half and then whatever toppings you want on it. But after a quick bit of research, I found what I was after. The Andrus food truck is the guy you want for machanka apparently. So we are heading there now. This is the place. This is what we're after. That's what I'm going for. Take a look at that. I've got to figure out how to eat it. If I know how to eat it, I'm just going to try it and do it in the least messy way possible. I can honestly say that was the best pulled pork sandwich I have ever had in my life. Claire's take on it was that it was bloody exceptional, and I could have eaten it again, to be honest with you. So that is located in the Judah food market in Kazimierz, and it is called the Andrus food truck. If you are coming to Krakow, get yourself to the Judah food market, get yourself to the Andrus food truck and try one of those machankas. They are absolutely unbelievable, and there was no footage of me actually eating it because it was exceptionally messy. With the weather being as it is, and it is exceptionally warm today, it's just nice to wander aimlessly around the streets. Quite enjoy it.
Yes.
That was a very pleasant hour or so wandering around Kazimierz. We're now heading across to Wawel Castle. It's about half a mile away. More in the south side of the city. Geographically speaking, it's efficient to go from here to there. Well, here we are, and it is looking mightily impressive. Now, from what I understand, you can get into the grounds of Wawel Castle for free. There's lots of tours that they obviously put on, loads of different tours actually, from what I saw on the website, but we're not going to do that. We are on a budget, so we've got to try and stretch that out over 3 days. But we're going to go and have a look. I don't know if we're going the right way or not. It looks promising.
See, you should have got through it here.
A beautiful view of the Vistula River.
I don't know what did they get the windows back over here as well?
Check this out for a courtyard. There's some event going on, I don't know what it is. I can tell you something, that is one impressive piece of architecture. There are lots of different tours, as I say, I'm sure on the website there's about 8 different tours, one that lasts all day. And I would have liked to have done one of them, but as we're only here for 3 days, we are just trying to prioritise and allocate the budget accordingly. So what we are going to do now is start making our way back north through the old town towards the hotel. Wawel is located right at the south side of the old town. But before we do go back, there is a cafe and it's called the Leaky Cauldron and it's Harry Potter themed. So Claire is quite keen to have a look in there and see what she likes, as she is a Harry Potter fan. So we'll see what it's like. Just to caveat that, it's not actually called the Leaky Cauldron, it's called the Leaky Cauldron in Polish, which I have no idea how to pronounce, but it is on the screen here now. Here we are. This is not the easiest place to find. Not quite the range of cakes and pastries that we were hoping for, but a pretty cool place nonetheless. However, we do have a backup plan. On the way back to the hotel, there is another establishment called the Camelot Cafe, which apparently has exceptional apple cake and exceptional ice cream. So we're going to give that a try. I'll tell you something, it is getting really busy. I can only imagine what it'd be like in July, August at the height of summer, in the summer holidays. It'd be absolutely crazy. I do believe the Camelot Cafe is somewhere down this street, maybe just round this corner hopefully. That is what we're looking for. This is what I am after. Check that out. And we're back in the hotel. Today's been a good food day today. The apple pie was lovely and the ice cream was equally as lovely as well. Different to what you get in the UK. So instead of chunks of apple, it was rather shreds of apple. And it's a bit more of a subtle taste as well. So not as tangy and as tart. So really enjoyed that. In fact, it's been a good day overall. In fact, it's been a fantastic day. Done about 22,000 steps, which is a good job because the food choices haven't been the healthiest. Tomorrow we are visiting Auschwitz and I'm not going to film that. So we will pick up with you on Wednesday morning. We'll catch you in a few hours. See you later. Next time in part 2, we take an incredible tour around Oskar Schindler's amazing factory. I have to eat some meringue, which I didn't really want. And we check out the area around the market square. If that video is ready, it will be on your screen now. If not, it will be soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one.